It is your boy, the host, Madden 21, Mr. G. As always, if y'all guys is watching this video, give me a thumbs up. You already know. Share my video. Make sure y'all guys subscribe to my channel. Now, I finally got to the NFL. New York Giants, which I am a Giants fan, by the way. We all know they are bums, but on this side of town, I'm going to try to bring them to the Super Bowl. Why not? So we're going to jump into the face of the franchise. Good morning. Hope all y'all guys is starting your day off. Make sure y'all get to work safe. All the kids going to school. Make sure y'all get there safe. And as always, love is love. Let's do this, guys. Gonna let this thing load up, and we have our first preseason game against the crosstown rivals. So let's jump into this thing. We're gonna hit continue. We're gonna do this. So this is our first preseason game. So
it was a press conference before our first game of my rookie season. But the reporters didn't waste any time filling me in on what the world was saying.
See what they talking about? Of course I want to go to the playoffs. I don't really care about the rookie of the year.
I was glad they asked because it helped me hone in on my ultimate goal. I was going to work as hard as I could to make sure that the team and I were holding up the Lombardi Trophy at the next Super Bowl.
Why not? Of course. Okay, that's right. Give me the jury. I need that. I don't really care about the rookie of the year. Legacy determines if you enter the Hall of Fame when your career ends. Okay. The high school coach, you know, he's sitting here talking shit. Okay. Of course I haven't forgot you, coach. You're the one who made me what I am. You gave me that shot. So I'm going to go with whatever you need. I can't, you know, that's shit on him. That's right, man of the people. Because he looked out for me in high school, so I got to make sure I try to return the favor. First impressions are the key. You never lied. I thought we was going up against the Jets for the first preseason game, but I guess not. Which is all right by me. So that means we got Pittsburgh coming in. All right. So we're about to do what we do. Go out here, try to make this first preseason game something special. Why not? As always, got my coffee.
Tonight, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
Look at your boy rocking the number 3 jersey. And we got Big Ben on the other side. And we got the famous Giants Stadium.
It's the New York Giants taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
We welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at
MetLife
Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This is the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I should be only controlling my players. I should have checked before the game. I do apologize.
Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, a new season finally here. We had the great one Thursday night. All sorts of intrigue in the games yesterday. I don't know why and now we put a
till week 1. Let me see if I can fix this this real quick. I should have did this before the game. Again, I do apologize. As y'all see, it is on All-Madden. And I want to see if I can just control my player. I believe I'm supposed to do it before, but let's see. I don't really know.
Entering settings screen, you have 19 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected.
Let's see what happens. It should be fixed. And I actually should be playing the preseason, but I don't know what happened. But okay. I'm going to start from right here. And we're going to do what we do.
Bow on this first weekend with a good one here tonight.
We do put a spotlight on key games, don't we? Even key nights. Thursday night has become a spotlight night. How about Sunday night? But there still is some magic to playing on Monday night, and these two teams are feeling it.
And he takes this near the 25, just a little past there, call it the 26. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And they'll be led out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
We got to come out and we got to perform. And it's only on 5 minutes, so I definitely have to also fix that.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. Only a couple there, so he'll be brought down about the 28. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
2 yards on the pick.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
That's the wrong way.
The quarterback sack.
But Dupree with the big sack, and something really jumped up for him in 2019. 11 and a half sacks, 4
always had a good.
And boy, did he play well for Pittsburgh. That's what they look for in an outside linebacker. The former first-rounder gave it to him in 2019.
Throwing is Gomez. Throwing on 3rd and long. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro safety, Minka Fitzpatrick. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Well, Steeler fans around the country certainly happy to see this sight at quarterback once again for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Comes
and his old familiar number 7 jersey, Ben Roethlisberger.
He's been the starting quarterback for so long in Pittsburgh. It's hard to believe that last year
Mike
only
comes
played
out
a game and a half before going down with an elbow injury. But Big Ben is back under center, reassumed command of this team. Remember, in the offseason, he said he wouldn't trim his beard until he could throw a football to his teammates. Got that done, got a nice trim, and here he is, starting again for the Steelers.
And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
One thing about the Giants, they always had
Vance McDonald, 27 yards. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead.
Chris Boswell.
They come out and score.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just had an insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Got a lot of work to do.
On the return, Corey Ballantyne. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
On the return. The Giants take over 1st and 10.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
You got it.
He couldn't
got
hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
As we take a look at the Giants.
He was covered by Steven Nelson.
Draft class. See if we can try to make this thing happen. Put another pass.
Off play action. Gomez. He's going to let one fly for Tate. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Now,
Golden Tate, his intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun. Gomez. It's caught. Shepard. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play. 47-yard line. But Charles, you think about the quarterback position in the National Football League. Look, I think we can agree you can't win without a good one. And this organization was sold on this young man from the very beginning.
They certainly were. They love what they saw from him in college. I think a lot of it was the ability to process quickly and make decisive decisions. Able to get rid of the football to the right targets, never ruffled. And it's a beautiful thing if you're that guy where you come in, you know, right away. You're the guy. This is your team. You acclimate as the season goes on. The flip side is everyone expects you to be great right out of the gate.
I mean, you think about it, it's not always instant success. Kyler Murray last year, Cardinals go 5-10-1, although some didn't expect them to do that well. But Sam Darnold the year before, Jets just 4-12, so it's not always roses from day one. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. A nice throw right there, Charles. And this is a quarterback who said he wants to take this team to the playoffs because he was asked this week, what do you want more? You want to go to the playoffs or would you rather win Rookie of the Year? I think we would understand why he would say, let's get to the playoffs.
Well, it's a smart play for a guy who's the face of the franchise, who's leading the team. You know, if you're the quarterback, you always want to put team goals ahead of individual ones. Let's be frank about the whole thing. Yes, he wants to get to the playoffs, but he wants to do it well enough where he is also the Rookie of the Year. It's great recognition. It's a bonus in your contract. But even more importantly than that, it tells the rest of the league that you're playing at a really high level.
Popularity for him not a problem right now because we are told by everybody that the team store have a little trouble keeping his jersey in stock.
Yeah, it's been something because I have relatives calling me saying, hey, how can I get his jersey? I send them right to the team website. Buy his jersey yourself.
And he's got it. Touchdown.
6 points. Mike for his first career touchdown.
There to make the grab. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. That pass also evens the ledger for the rookie quarterback. Had the interception earlier, and now he gets the touchdown throw.
The ideal touchdown-interception ratio is what, 3-1 for the best
ball moves fast.
But he's a rookie. Just getting back to even is a big deal. Increases the confidence his teammates have in him as he tries to become their leader.
7 points.
To kick off for the Giants.
Yeah, that ball moves fast.
It's 7 now as they kick
gotta time it.
Fielded in the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he
will not
attempt to return.
You gotta play.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10.
Man to man.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. The completion goes. This is Eric Ebron. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
What I'm going to have to do?
Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so
open up the
important
field.
going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season.
Trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted.
That's what I'm talking about.
Picked off by Blake Martinez. And his guys
gotta
will
open
set
the
up
field.
shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is
now we got the ball back.
Ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
All we need is smart football. Take our time.
And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down.
Blitz is coming.
From the gun, Gomez. That's complete left side to Shepard. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And even 50 receiving yards for him now in this 1st quarter alone. And also a 1st down.
What we need.
Well, you know, CD, one thing on this young quarterback, he looks a lot more chiseled. In fact, he's down 5% body fat-wise. He has made a dedication to getting in the gym, and it's paying off.
One of the first things he wanted to do after he got drafted was to get right into the gym and do exactly what you talked about. Wanted to reshape his body. He knew what the rigors of the season coming up were going to be. The NFL is a whole lot different than coming out of college. But he also wanted to get his arm a little bit stronger as well. And how about that throw we just saw? I think his work is paying off.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Let's see if we can get this ball to tape.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Steven Nelson. And he'll take it all the way out near the 30-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this 1st half. You got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
Marcus Golden.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Juju Smith-Schuster.
There's a catch by Juju Smith-Schuster, and he's hoping there's plenty more of that coming. 2019, not the year he expected. Lost his quarterback, Ben Roethlisberger, early. Dealt with a knee injury and missed 4 games, and his stats really fell. Just 552 yards through the air. But in 2018, what a big year he had then with Big Ben. 1,426 yards. He's hoping that the return of form of Roethlisberger leads to the return of form of himself.
Well, they run the option here on 1st and 10. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
2nd and 5.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Got an open man. It's Washington. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 13-yard line.
13 yards.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy, for a nice pickup.
Too long in the pocket. How did we miss him?
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Gotta catch that, baby boy.
And it's
Out of your hand.
incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. And that takes us from second to third down.
It's third down and 10 yards to go.
Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. This will be caught at about the 6. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6.
Now, that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are.
Mike came out and threw his second interception of the game.
Not their best play.
Pittsburgh fell to score 6, but they scored 3.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that.
Mistakes as a
Tip of the
rookie.
cap to the stop troops there.
Gotta settle
because
down.
they didn't give
You
him a
run this thing
touchdown in
out.
that situation, right? Made him kick the field goal, and he had points run against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
We got 2 minutes and 40 seconds to score.
The Giants take over first and 10.
Now this, Charles, the final game of the return to football weekend 2020, but we'll be right back at it in 3 days from now. Thursday night football, Cincinnati and Cleveland. No love lost between those two. A good one in the AFC North. Thursday, 8:20 Eastern on EA Sports.
I need time to scan the field.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well. Think, I've got to be there right now.
Automatic.
Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Got him.
He's going to let one fly for 10. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro safety, Minka Fitzpatrick. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
As you guys know,
so his struggle is just continuing here in the first half, throwing the football. Charles,
not a joke.
3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
2 yards the loss, second and 12.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Warning. Pittsburgh 10, Giants 7. Mike came out in his first game, and he threw so far 3 INT. Not good at all.
And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. Now a throw left sideline here is complete. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Gain of 6. And it's third down.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger.
How you missing?
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. The seasoned vet out of Penn State, Cameron Wake, in to drop him. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
And his kick is absolutely perfect.
Okay.
And the lead stretches
That's not
to
bad.
6 here. It's
Even though we gave up 3 INTs, we only down by 6.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
All right, Mike, you got to settle down.
The snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. So with the 3 interceptions, how does he erase those from his mind and just focus on this drive?
I think he may need some help from the coaching staff. Maybe the offensive coordinator says.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we?
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Boy, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit.
We have a lot of work to do.
Through traffic, and now he's free. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Touchdown. Deontay Johnson.
I don't want to sit him down.
And the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown.
But I might have to.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half. And now to give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
4 interceptions.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone.
Even though I know
stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And New York set to take the field. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go.
Almost throw another one.
And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Gomez. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
3rd and 21. Unbelievable. It ain't over yet. We gotta make this thing pop off, man. Might take a timeout. Take a timeout.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Gomez. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes.
Unbelievable.
Back at the 4-yard line. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Riley Dixon now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone.
That's a bad kick.
And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. There's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field. He only has a single solo carry. One. Numero uno, second quarter. They need to get in the ball more, don't they?
I'm not the greatest statistician in the world.
Yeah, you are.
But a back like that with only 1 carry
kind
of takes me back to college in the classroom. Not enough evidence to declare what you should do the rest of the game. Give him the ball some more and find out.
Will they incorporate him? We'll find out. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Roethlisberger will hand to Conner. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
This should be the last play.
Brings up
First
3rd
half.
and inches.
Got it all.
Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. He'll get this to Connor underneath.
All right, guys.
Have a Steelers
Halftime.
first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep
half.
the drive alive on 3rd and inches. So we
Mike
reach
came
halftime
out
here at our first Monday
for,
nighter of the
4
season.
interceptions.
As we'll get you down
Even
the
though
coast
he's
to
a rookie,
Orlando for
I get it.
Jonathan Coachman
They're
and
not
our
making
EA
these
Sports
mistakes.
Halftime Report.
Numbers.
Coach.
All right, Brandon,
As y'all
thanks very
see.
much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first,
struggling.
time to give
You
the
gotta
folks at home
find
a look at what's going on
a way
around the
Figure this
NFL.
shit out.
We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium
As I
in
guys
downtown
Take a look
Atlanta,
at the scores
where you see the final score there.
around the league.
Russell Wilson, 2 touchdown passes, as his guys are able to get the victory in their season opener.
Gotta
From
do
there,
better.
let's head up to Cincinnati to check in on the Bengals at home at Paul Brown Stadium. And they were losers in that one to the visiting L.A. Chargers. 20-14, the final score. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs
let's go.
at home in Kansas City.
All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd.
Aldrich Rosas to kick off for the Giants.
Get in the
We'll
second
see
half.
if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
At their own 20.
The Steeler offense now with a football
At least try
first
to
here
get
to
back
begin
in the
the
game
3rd
somehow.
quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just
I don't
working
know
with
how
And
in
nothing
hell
but daylight ahead.
got that
He's at the
pass through
30, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Washington, 79 yards. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
Pittsburgh came out.
Now
opened the
Mike
drive.
Tomlin says, let's go ahead and
Yeah.
go for 2.
Put 6 up on the
And
board, and they go
sometimes
for
those
2.
slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch.
much time in
It
the
just
pocket,
happens
man.
so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
And he went
We
all
gotta
the
try to
way
do something.
into the end zone.
The kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
The second down attempt
Just not happening.
down as it leaves the quarterback's hand and it's
Pittsburgh,
incomplete.
secondary.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look
Yeah,
at the
we're on the
scoreboard
floor right
where
now.
we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points.
Nowhere to go
Good
here.
shit.
He lost the football. And it's
Can't
picked
make
up
this
by
shit
the
up.
Steelers. And he takes it
Cannot
back
make
to
this
the
shit up.
house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score.
The crowd.
So this defense
There's
clicking
no crowd.
early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Boswell good
Tough,
with the
tough,
extra
tough,
point.
tough, tough.
And that will bump the lead up to 26.
Yes, I'm your host, Mr. G.
So here's the
I'm getting my
kickoff
ass
now as
kicked.
they'll get it again
All
following
Madden.
that fumble return
First
for a score.
game of the season.
Fielded a couple
not
yards
pretty.
into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
New York ready to go again offensively.
And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant. You've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Again, it's Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
Aaron Donald's the name most people think about in the defensive tackle position, but an all-pro last year alongside him, Cameron Hayward, an absolute nightmare to try and block. And he gets into the backfield on that play and finishes it off with a loss.
Devin Bush, the linebacker, was the one there in pass coverage. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. Here's Switzer.
Come here.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. James Washington making his way back out towards the huddle. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good, but there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, and when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
You get hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Good catch there by Eric Ebron, and the Steelers are hoping that they see the 2018 version of this young man. 66 catch, 750 yards, and 13 touchdowns. And that was good enough for 2nd in the league with the Indianapolis Colts. The Steelers like to throw to the tight end. They hope Ebron is the guy.
Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. But now it's 3rd down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants going to take over again on offense. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now. Really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
In our first game.
Join me in a walk to their locker room at the half. Okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together all the positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, really but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 4 yards to pick up.
My numbers, 1 touchdown, 4 interceptions. Ugly number.
Now Saquon Barkley. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. It's Big Vince Williams who made the tackle. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
I just need some time in the pocket.
Looking to throw. Gomez. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Tate. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. Now it's Barkley. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Saquon Barkley.
There's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It's only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all. And now they're looking at third down here. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Of the season, opening day, it's looking real ugly.
The Giants on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. They're just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They keep it with Barkley.
You gotta make that tackle. Gotta make that tackle.
Stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. From the gun, Gomez. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 32-yard line.
At the 32-yard line.
Charles, your takeaways so far this young quarterback's first NFL start?
We shouldn't be overly surprised. I think during the preseason, he gave us evidence that maybe he could come out of the gate really fast. But instead, he looked like a rookie quarterback making his first start in the NFL. So there are plenty of better days ahead. This one wasn't one of them for him or his team.
They
drafted him in that spot for a reason. Expect him to be better down the stretch.
You know, there's 2 sides to every coin. And I will say this. If you come out and you have just a blazing first start, sometimes expectations can get a little high. The media can start to pump you up a bit. Maybe this is a good thing.
In a lot of ways, I agree with you. It won't be a good thing for him tonight. He's going to be pretty bummed out tonight. It's going to be a long week until he plays the next one.
It's going to be all right.
And now here's another interception.
Don't see how.
By the all-pro safety, Minka Fitzpatrick. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
But based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because he's going to leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions. Now in his 4th year out of Alabama, there's Dalvin Tomlinson making another nice play up front. He's been one of the strong points of this Giants defense.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger.
Too much time in the pocket.
And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington.
Big business.
And way up
all over the field
before he's taken down. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
They didn't get the playoff. I think that was by design. We're definitely going to set that.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
First and 15. We really can't do much.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. Tackle made that time by Dalvin Tomlinson.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
MetLife Stadium getting blown out.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset.
And
let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Again, it's Connor. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
Sometimes that's a danger of putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You could wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before it's taken down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Gomez. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Mike, 55.
Gomez. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. He's going to let it fly.
Come on, Barkley.
And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Make this shit up.
Intercepted by the Steelers.
Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
Not good, gentlemen. Not good. Not good at all.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time, and the hitters get to see him. And then they come out after that, and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So it's a lot that has to be done.
It'll be a happy trip home as they start the season with a road victory here on a Monday night. And they'll be back home next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears.
As I see, 39.1.
So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
That's what it is. That's what it is. But you know, this is what you get when you play on All-Madden. So it's a lot of things that I need to adjust. We do that. But other than that, we walked away with a loss. Pittsburgh came out, Big Ben. He just you know, that's Big Ben. I can't really say much about that. That's what he did. 305 yards, 2 touchdowns. Even though I had 1 touchdown for 127 yards, I gave up 7 taken. Gotta be. That shit doesn't But it is what it is. So as you guys know, give me a thumbs up. And make sure y'all guys do the right thing and just subscribe to my channel. So we did pick up some XP. So I take that. I'm gonna be fine though. So hopefully our next game
The regular season was off to a rocky start, but it couldn't shake my confidence when I stepped to the podium. If the reporters wanted to ask tough questions, I had an answer for them.
My man got high waters on. What type of shit is that? I'm gonna brace it. As I should.
I said my piece, gave them a good quote to run with too, and stepped away. But despite my answer, I knew the games ahead would determine if the hype was real or just hot air.
First post game that earned XP. Okay. Now I got some swagger. Alright. My ratings and my performance increased. Okay. So hopefully my team will get hot. And at the end of the day, we should be on the top of our standings by mid-season. I hope so, because the way my guy played, he might not last.
I remember that day. I mean, the game plan flowed through you, but everyone has someone they can.
I would have to go with
which teammate helped you the most?
Saquon Barkley.
The whole team respected his opinion.
That is
he
my
was
guy.
sort of the veteran voice of the team everyone looked up to. No matter how things went, I knew I could count on him.
Of course I gotta give my guy some props. Alright. Plus 750. Take that all day. Well, there you have it, guys. As you see, first game, we didn't come out and perform like we should. But we gotta tighten up. Other than that, I love you guys as always. Make sure you subscribe, share, give me a thumbs up. Even though we got crushed, still give me a thumbs up. I'm your host, Mr.G. Till next time, Madden 21. I love you guys. Peace.